Buick's Enclave has been a pretty big hit with many consumers ever since it debuted almost a decade ago. With 9 years of being in production, it's not only one of Buick's oldest vehicles, but it's also one of General Motors' oldest. Despite this, there's still plenty to love of the current generation Enclave. So, let's go ahead and check out this 2017 Buick Enclave Premium. Now, if you didn't know, the Enclave actually shares the same platform with the last generation GMC Acadia and the current generation Chevrolet Traverse. And they differ in styling, especially when it comes to the front ends of the vehicles. Now, I really do like the Enclave's front end, as it has the Buick waterfall grille, which is a classic styling trait for the brand. And then you also do have slick LED daytime running lights. Of course, you have the classic styling trait of the portholes on the hood, which I'm not a huge fan of. But the styling of the Enclave is pretty classy and elegant. You have lots of chrome everywhere. And then on the inside, that's where it really distinguishes from the Chevrolet Traverse and the GMC Acadia. The Enclave has a much more luxurious interior than those vehicles. Now here goes the key fob design for the vehicle. Key fob is certainly very dated, but this whole vehicle is pretty dated overall. You have your lock, unlock, and your remote engine start, and then your power tailgate, panic button. This color is known as the White Frost Tricoat, and it does come with chrome exterior door handles. Don't expect to find Smart Key access on the Enclave. It's not available. And then it does have the titanium leather interior, or a gray leather interior. You also do have power driver seat, power recline, power lumbar. Now, stepping on inside of the Enclave here has pretty ease of ingress and egress with the low step-in height and the wide opening doors. But when you first step on inside of here, you're greeted with a pretty luxurious cabin, and I love the styling details that they have in the Enclave with the stitching on the dashboard. Certainly gives it a much more premium vibe inside of here. But there are some places where it's really starting to show its age, especially in the gear shifter. It's really dated looking, and then the interface too for the infotainment system. No push button start here either. You have to go with the GMC Acadia if you want that, as it offers it now. And what you're hearing there is a 3.6 liter V6. You have a leather wrapped and wood grain steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, pretty standard stuff here. We have a 6-speed automatic with lower gear selection. When you put the vehicle into reverse, that will display your rear view camera with guidance lines and trajectory. Gonna go ahead and turn on the headlights and the hazards. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the vehicle. We also do have automatic driver's side window. And let's go and pop up the hood and check out the engine. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators and blind spot detection. Now, not much has changed for the 2017 model year for the Enclave, except for that there is a new Sport Touring Edition that includes a satin black grille and distinctive 20-inch alloy wheels. Said you have these portholes, which are a classic styling trait for the Buick brand. Coming up front, you have LED daytime running lights with bi-xenon headlights, and this front end looks like it came straight off of the last generation LaCrosse. And of course, you have the Buick waterfall grille. Powering the Enclave here is General Motors' very familiar 3.6 liter V6. They also use this engine in the Acadia as well as the Traverse. And this is your only engine choice, and your only gearbox is a 6-speed automatic. But it does produce 288 horsepower at 6,300 RPM and 270 pound-feet of torque at 3,400 RPM. If you want a V8 engine, then you'll have to step up to a Yukon. but we'll see what this baby can do when we hit the road later in the video. Now, competitors of the Enclave, you're looking at the mid-size to full-size luxury crossover class. This includes the likes of the Acura NDX as well as the Infiniti QX60, but you can also consider a top-of-the-line Dodge Durango or Ford Explorer. Now, pricing of the vehicle starts at the convenience group. That starts at $39,065, the leather group $43,765, and the top-of-the-line premium group $47,625. It's a pretty good bargain when you compare it to many German crossover SUVs such as the BMW X5 or the Mercedes-Benz GLE. I really do love this color on the Enclave here. It really glistens in the sunlight. On the top you also do have roof rails. Rear parking sensors, dual exhaust tips, rear window wiper with a rear window defroster, and an LED third brake light. Total vehicle price, you're looking at $53,540. Government 5-star safety ratings. Overall vehicle score is a 5. And then also the final assembly point is in Lansing, Michigan. And EPA estimates 15 city, 22 highway. Of course, all of your basic power necessities, door locks, windows, and your mirrors. And they also do power fold, memory seat settings for 2 people, and chrome interior door handles. Alright, taking Buick's most expensive and their largest crossover out for a drive here. The first thing you'll notice is how smooth and comfortable the ride quality is. It's buttery smooth here, and it drives like the big old Buick that it really is. It can feel pretty wallowy, especially around corners. This crossover really doesn't particularly feel agile or nimble around corners. This is a very comfortable highway cruiser, and it even has a quieter and a smoother ride than its platform mates, the Traverse and the Acadia, the last generation Acadia here. Now, the 3.6 liter V6 we have here, this is the only engine choice, and your only gearbox is this 6-speed automatic here. You can't go for anything else. And it provides pretty leisurely acceleration. It's not particularly exhilarating. It won't knock your socks off, but it provides an okay amount of passing power. The fuel efficiency is also okay too, but it's not remarkable here. But the best part about driving this vehicle, certainly its luxury car ease, you know. It's comfortable, it's smooth, and it's that traditional kind of luxury here. This isn't one of those crossovers that are trying to be sporty or anything like that. And some people want that out of a crossover or a luxury crossover. They want something that's just very smooth and comfortable and is easy to live with, and I get that. And the Enclave certainly doesn't disappoint when it comes to that. What's also pretty noticeable is that there's no different driving modes here. Many other crossovers have sport, comfort, and just your normal everyday mode, but not the Enclave here. It's really starting to show its age on the automotive market and in the crossover market. Now, I do like the 6-speed automatic transmission. I'm glad they didn't go with an 8-speed or a 9-speed like the Acura MDX. The MDX's transmission can feel a little jerky at times, but this transmission is very refined. It shifts very smoothly, never hesitates to shift, which is nice. What Buick also added compared to the Chevrolet Traverse and the Acadia was that they added more sound insulation, which makes the vehicle much quieter inside. So overall, I really think that if you're looking for a crossover that's easy to live with, provides a very comfortable nature, and it's quiet, especially at highway speeds, then the 2017 Buick Enclave will certainly not disappoint. But if you're looking for a more exhilarating driving experience, a little bit of driver engagement, then you certainly will want to look elsewhere. Interior quality in the Enclave is okay given the price point of the vehicle. Now, soft touch materials do abound everywhere inside of here, and you'll find stitching everywhere inside of here as well. Nice soft touch upper door panel, mid door panel, and armrest. Dashboard is all softly padded, and you have stitching everywhere. Now, build quality is okay. It leaves a little to be desired. Some of the interior plastics do feel flimsy, but it's not too bad. And overall, the interior ambiance is certainly a lot better than the last generation Acadia and the current generation Traverse. Now, one thing I'm not a huge fan of is the steering wheel design. This steering wheel is just really dated, along with the gauges, which I'll get to in just a minute. But you do have your cruise control, and you have your heated steering wheel mounted audio controls, as well as your Bluetooth phone controls, and the steering wheel also does power tilt and telescope. What's also pretty notable about this steering wheel is that the rim is really thin, and a lot of steering wheels nowadays have bulky steering wheel rims. Coming to the gauges and the instrument cluster, really dated looking here. Looks like it came out of 2006 rather than 2017. No TFT instrument cluster LCD monitor here, but it's pretty basic. On the left, you do have your coolant temperature, and then your tachometer, fuel gauge, and then your speedometer, as well as your battery voltage. In the center, it shows you your vehicle information, such as your odometer, and then you could change the units. Shows your tire pressure. Shows you your compass and your oil life percentage, as well as your park assist. You can turn that on or off. Your rear cross traffic alert, you can turn that on or off, and then your blind spot detection as well. Overall, they certainly do need an LCD monitor inside of here. Coming up here, you have an auto dimming rearview mirror, as well as OnStar, garage home link, and your sunroof. You have your map lights up here. Down here you have your heated seats, as well as your ventilated front seats, 3-staged for the driver and the front passenger. Dual cup holders, and a little storage cubby. And then another little storage compartment right there. The seats in the Enclave are pretty plush and very soft, and thigh support is good, but not a whole lot of side bolstering. They certainly need more side bolstering on the sides right here to hold you in place a little bit better, but they feel like a couch, to be honest. Now, visibility in the Enclave is okay. Glass area on the front windows certainly can be a lot better, and then the A-pillars have pretty wide bases, but when you get to the windshield, it can be a little hard to see out of. And then rearward visibility is a little hard too, but at least our rear view camera does come as standard equipment. You also do have dual zone climate control inside of the Enclave here. You have your temperatures with the dials right here for the driver and the front passenger, and then your different zones. Really small buttons here. They really need to make the buttons a little bit bigger. And the climate controls have a pretty old school kind of feel and look. They don't feel really all that modern. And then you have your fan speeds right here too. Now let's get to the main head unit in the infotainment system. This is the Buick IntelliLink system, and this is their last generation head unit, and I'm not a huge fan of it. It's just really dated here, and I rather much prefer their newer head unit. And I don't like how the buttons are all scrunched up together, especially at the top right here and at the bottom too. And the responsiveness isn't all that great here. But this is your home screen, and you have your navigation system. Coming to your nav here, really dated map quality, but you do have your live traffic, and then it shows you your traffic incidents, and then it also shows you points of interest. You can enter in your destination by voice if you would like. And then you have your weather, your live weather, live traffic right here, settings for the system, Bluetooth device list, display, your voice recognition, And then your phone, you can hook up your Bluetooth phone, have all of your contacts start on here, as well as the integrated dial pad, and view your voicemail too. And then you have your tone settings, your equalizer settings. Then you have your SMS text messaging function, and then all your different media sources are the norm here. You have AM, FM, XM satellite radio, Bluetooth streaming audio, your Stitcher smart radio. That's the only thing that's not normal here. And then you also do have your Pandora. Usually you don't see Stitcher radio on too many vehicles. And then you have your picture viewer as well. But overall, they certainly need a much better head unit. Hopefully that'll come in the next generation Enclave. And then down here you also do have your lane departure warning system, as well as your forward collision warning. Alright, now let's go ahead and shut down the Enclave. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Now this is where the Enclave really shines compared to its rivals here. Interior quality does follow through in the rear, but where it really shines is in its passenger space. There's plenty of legroom back here and plenty of headroom. And you have this dual panel moonroof here. And you also do have dual map pockets, and then your automatic climate control back here, your power outlets, and then your 2 USB charging ports. Then you have these armrests right here for greater comfort. And these second row seats also do recline. And overall, it's a very comfortable experience back here in the Enclave. There's just lots of space. And to get into the third row, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is just walk in between these captain's chairs right here, and then you're in there. Now back here in the third row, it's also a pretty comfortable experience. I have plenty of legroom, and this is one of the only few crossovers where you can actually fit adult people back here in the third row really comfortably. And this also goes with the same with the last generation GMC Acadia and the Chevrolet Traverse. And then you have a cup holder right here as well. But I just have plenty of legroom and plenty of headroom, and it just has minivan-like room for the third row seat. All right. Power tailgate. Now space behind the third row is actually decent, and of course these seats do fold down, 60-40 split. And when you fold the seats down, the Enclave has a pretty good amount of cargo space behind the second row. And then you also do have a 12-volt power outlet right there too. Powered passenger seat with power recline and power lumbar. Glove box, nice and down. So with its quiet and comfortable ride, its adult-friendly third-row seating, and its comfortable and luxurious interior, the 2017 Buick Enclave is an okay choice for a full-size premium crossover. However, it's just certainly in need for a full redesign, as it's getting pretty dated on the inside. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.